previously on Nerd Talk.
I think Rafiki almost kind of steals the show because the Rafikis are so good.
They start the show, they're in the middle of the show with Viewers and You, and doesn't matter. It's in the past.
I would literally go and see a short production of the Broadway show just for the opening song. That's so good.
Yeah.
And that He Lives in You. Just give me those two. All the others are just bonus material, but just give me those two and I would be happy.
Well, yeah, and I like when they just sing the music, like with the grass.
I love when they have people play grass. Yep. The last time we went, not Iago, that's Aladdin. Zazu dropped something and the grass handed it back to him. And I was like, I love that. I was like, that's so cool.
And the grass would if we could.
I was like, that's so cute. I loved it. We were so
Hey nerds, we're back. Welcome to Nerd Talk with Silver and Ray, where we talk about our favorite topics in TV, movies, gaming, books, comics, and more. I'm Silver.
And I'm Ray.
Hi Ray, how are you? So today we're talking about Nickelodeon.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Up on Nickelodeon.
Yes, Nickelodeon. They have movies. They have a TV channel. They have
everything.
Games. The games are a bit iffy, but the rest amazing.
Gosh,
especially in the 90s.
I know. Did you get to go to Nick Studios in the 90s?
I think maybe I went once on a field trip or something.
Child used to Nick Studios on a field trip. Man, that was like the highlight of the trip. The year that because I think Nickelodeon Studios didn't open the year, and the year Universal opened. And either way, we didn't go the year that it opened. My mom she didn't want to go there. The only reason she finally took me was because of Confrontation, because she loved King Kong. So she was like, well, we'll go so we could do the King Kong ride. And I was like, we're going so we could do Nickelodeon.
We have to see Nickelodeon.
And it wasn't like now where there's lines for everything and it's crazy, but Nickelodeon's line was very long. And it was separate from like just to the side where Blue Man Group was for a minute. And it's not like how it is now that Blue Man Group's outside. They used to have it extended out, so it was part of the inside.
There was a Blue Man Group with Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it was in the Nickelodeon studios. So after Nickelodeon left Universal, for a while it just sat there empty, and then I want to say in 2006 or something like that, maybe 2007, Blue Man Group came in. They were there for I want to say a decade or something. I got to see it when it first started, and that was it. I think I actually might have been pregnant when I went, so maybe 2006. I don't know. Either way, I miss Nickelodeon. In the shows, I still watch those shows. I watch Rugrats still, and I watch Hey Arnold still. I have no problem. If Doug comes on, I don't seek Doug, but if it's on, I'm gonna watch it.
Beats.
Yes, I mean the music in Doug was good, and I like to say I'm not technically a SpongeBob fan, but I grew up with Nickelodeon, so of course I watched SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I remember when it started.
I mean, that was the tail end of when we were
finishing
grown already.
I know.
And so
it's so hard to think.
It's so good, but there wasn't a lot of good stuff left by the time SpongeBob came out. So.
And so many episodes now. It's not as many as The Simpsons, but my goodness, it feels like SpongeBob is never ending. I know. I do love certain episodes of SpongeBob, and I quote them. Just the other day, I was singing that one song. When you're on the road. I don't know. Something about he's fathering Squidward or something. But the fun song is probably one of the better ones.
Or the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time.
And your favorite?
One with the collar. That's the
your favorite, the victory when he does.
Oh yeah.
Sweet
the winner takes all.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yes, there's lots of good music in SpongeBob. SpongeBob's a good show, but I really loved it as soon as it came out. Even though I was like, what's happening here? What are these people under the sea, these fish and whatever else.
I like the lore that Bikini Bottom is the bottom of the Bikini Atoll, and that's why they're all messed up because they were nuclear experiments.
Yes, they were nuked.
I like that lore. Makes sense because it is crazy down there.
Yeah.
But Hey Arnold's it's definitely my favorite. It's Hey Arnold.
I like Hey Arnold. I don't know that it's my favorite. Even though I have this shirt on because you gave it to me.
Yes. I have the same shirt and I wore it on Sunday. And I was at Walmart getting like work lunches and stuff. And this one girl was like, wow, I haven't heard of Hey Arnold in forever. I was like, great. I was just watching it last week. I watch it all the time. That's one of the only ones like I watch at least once a year, like in its entirety. Rugrats, I feel like it's a lot of episodes, so I don't like sit there and watch it from the beginning to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have like a storyline like that. Rugrats is just cute. Like you can turn on any episode and be like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I know you have your favorite. The desert one.
Yeah, I like the one where they go. It's like a western, and they pop the gum in the girl's hair, just to cut off her beautiful blonde locks.
Yes.
And I like the one where they escape from the prison daycare. Yes, there's lots of good episodes in the Rugrats. And then the movies started coming out. Then they had Dill, and how could you name your kid Dill?
And your last name is Pickles. Every time I get anything with Dill Pickles, I think of that little baby. I wasn't buying dill like it was like a cheese that has dill in it, and I was like, they probably had some reference to this in that one episode because they go to meet like their family or something, or like the family reunion, and there's this one cousin that's like fat and frumpy because they always gotta make the fat people frumpy, and he was like, pickles, I'm hungry.
Oh yeah. It sounded just like it.
And I'm like, oh gosh, this kid.
I love that family.
Yes, I was buying the cheese recently, and I thought of him. I was like, he'd like this. Yeah, Dill. I didn't mind Dill, and I didn't mind Kimmy.
I didn't like when they showed him. I'm like, get out of here.
I didn't mind them.
You're taking away from Tommy and Chucky's friendship.
Yes.
You're interfering.
Yeah, but I mean, I know the actress passed away, but once Chucky's voice changed, I mourned the loss.
I wasn't paying attention to the voice like that.
It was
I still
drastic.
don't in like cartoons and stuff, and they're like, it's a different voice actor. I'm like, okay.
It was pretty drastic. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, it was pretty drastic. Because there's been other characters, like Hey Arnold, for example. He goes through like 4 voice actors, and 3 of them all sound the same to me. Like, I only know the difference now because I watch it so regularly. But growing up, I didn't even notice it till the last one came in. Alex, the one who plays, I don't even know if his name is Kevin McAllister. He's in that weird Home Alone movie where it's not Macaulay Culkin.
Sure.
Yeah, that kid. I don't know.
With the bowl cut.
Yeah, him. He's the last Arnold, and he's in like 3 or 4 episodes. And his episodes, the voice is so different. But those are great episodes, so I let it slide. But the April Fool's episode, where he's flirting with Helga, and his voice is all like different, so it's almost like they grew up, but they didn't. And even Helga's like, I don't know what he's doing. She's like, you don't talk to me like that.
Yes, I'm sure they end up together and live happily ever after.
Yes. Well, you seen the movie, right? The Jungle movie?
I did see it once.
Only once. Love that movie. Yes.
But yes. Arnold, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Cat Dog is one I didn't like. And R.L. Monsters was epic.
Another good one, yes.
Yes. Ren and Stimpy, of course. I'm sure I have Ren and Stimpy down here under my desk. The full series, because even though my mom used to make fun of me that that it was gross, I'm like, yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
When they zoomed in and you can see all the scabs or whatever.
They say it wasn't really meant for kids, and that's why it came on late at night. I'm like, okay, it's on a kids channel,
Right.
and
it's a cartoon.
And
yes, I know there's a lot of adult cartoons these days, but there wasn't that many.
Yeah, and even still, I feel like, and I know there's a lot of controversy behind parents who let their kids watch these things that are not meant for kids, but sometimes you just don't notice it. Like my mom would have peeked over to make sure I was watching like a cartoon and make sure I was like on Nickelodeon. So if she's peeking over to see, okay, she's watching a cartoon on Nickelodeon, she's not going to sit there to be like, let me analyze an episode. I mean, I don't think most parents do that. And I don't think there's anything against parents that don't do that, because a lot of times you need that moment, that 20 minutes that they're fixated on the show, to cook, to clean, to get something done. So, I mean, I get it. And I loved Ren and Stimpy.
I think she saw the whole thing and she was like, why do you watch this? And I was like, it's amazing. That's why. You've heard the song.
Log, log, log.
Yes, there's the log song. There's the one song about teaching your grandmother to suck eggs.
Yeah. Yes.
And then Powdered Toast Man. So good. That show was amazing.
The other one is Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy.
Happy,
Joy,
that's
Joy.
That's the
yes, I'm going to teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
You're not happy enough.
I mean, I considering like it was a cartoon, I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But look at another one, Rocko's Modern Life. He worked at a sex hotline in one episode. He's literally like, ooh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby. He's working a sex line.
All the cartoons had some kind of adult humor.
Yeah, Hey Arnold did too. There's it's weird. It's a lot more subtle than some of the Hey Arnold stuff. But there's an episode where Grandpa's telling a flashback because they're going to like an army, like kind of like a veterans parade.
Okay.
And he's telling a story about how he defeated Hitler and nobody's believing him. But in the flashback, in the clip where they show Hitler, they show Hitler bent over and he's behind him. You have to really know when to pause. But
I don't want to pause on that.
But it's there. And I mean, like I said, Hey Arnold didn't have a lot. But even in Rugrats, there's an episode, I believe, when Stu, Tommy's dad, has a Playboy in his in his office and his stuff. So it's all over. Hey, I want to say probably Rocko's Modern Life had the most.
Yeah.
But
that show was so weird. I was like, what is happening? And why does Pepper have udders? Is he a girl?
I know, and Heifer's like family was like wolves or something. They were supposed to eat them, and they didn't. They wind up keeping them. Like even that story is so sad. I'm like, what?
And then there's Rocko's Modern Life, or not Rocko's Modern Life, but Rocket Power. Rocket Power.
I didn't watch all of it, but like if it was on, I would watch it, but I wouldn't seek it out.
I was obsessed with Rocket Power.
Really?
I still love it. Yeah, because I was one of those kids who was like, I want to rollerblade and skateboard and surf and, do the skiing and the snowboarding. Still, I think about snowboarding right now. I'm like, I want to snowboard.
I would like to watch you snowboard.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, so I probably just follow my butt.
Yeah, I have a fear of falling, so if it's something where you can fall, I'm probably going to avoid it.
Well, that's most things.
And I even liked, like, again, we were kind of older, but some of the Nick Jr. shows.
Oh, yeah,
Little
I love
Bear.
Nick Jr. shows. I love
Little Bear was my favorite, was Little Bear.
The Backyard Again.
Yes. And that one has
Blue's Clues. I watched Blue's Clues.
Oh, yeah. Steve was just here.
Steve, yes.
He was at Tampa Bay Comic Con. He's been at all the conventions recently. His line's always super long. I've actually yet to go up to him, just because his line is so long. And if I don't have VIP, I'm not waiting in that line. And a lot of times I don't get VIP for like everybody. Like if I get it, it's just for like the one main person I want to see. So I'm like, sorry, Steve. you were part of my childhood, but your line's too long. I got Labubu costumes to run around in. I can't. But yeah, no, I love that one. There was another one that was Nick Jr. that I'm not remembering. It was Franklin with the turtle.
Turtle. I didn't like.
Franklin was
There was
interesting.
Little Bill. I didn't like Little Bill.
I didn't like the art style of Little Bill.
Yeah.
But Bill himself was okay. But the art style was weird.
Yeah.
I did watch that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure
any
there's so
of
many.
them
I
that
can't
have
remember
music
all of them.
but yeah, I still watch. I still have some. I bought some episodes of Little Bear. That's how much I love me some Little Bear.
The show was so good. And there was another one, I think they were like gnomes or something. I can't remember the name of it. But it was.
Well, I
it was really
remember
good too.
being super young and they canceled the show. I really liked. It was kind of like Fraggle Rock, but it was like Eureka's Castle. That's it.
I think that's Disney though, but I'm not
Eureka's
sure.
Castle was Nickelodeon.
Was it? I did love Eureka's Castle. No, don't you see?
Yeah, I
Eureka's
loved
Castle.
Eureka's Castle.
When they used to do the crank on the house or something.
Yeah, it was like the the late 80s and early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It had reruns on, but yeah.
That one was really good. And then of course, like not just the animated ones, but they had Hey Dude and Salute Your Shorts.
Yes.
I love those as well.
Oh yeah.
One of the girls from Salute Your Shorts, she was at the Nickelodeon studios the day I went. We only went twice in all the years that we went to Universal, because again, it was the only attraction, if you want to call it that actually had a long line back in the day.
Mhm.
And my mom was just like, no. And then a lot of times too, they would cap it for the day, like, because it was active studios and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get there and in that line before they closed the line for the day, you were not going to get to see one of the shows in production. And we're not morning people. That's not me. I've never been a morning person. So we never got to the parks like right when they opened. So I was lucky I got to go those 2 times. But one of the actresses from Salute Your Shorts was there one day and I got to see her.
Yeah.
She wasn't filming anything. She was just there.
Hanging out.
I don't know. So I was just recently saw an episode about the Nickelodeon studios, and I guess apparently they were supposed to keep that running always. Like there was always supposed to be some kind of live production going on.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end, they moved a lot of those shows back to Hollywood, and they opened a Nickelodeon studio or Nick something over in California.
Mm-hmm. So
So they stopped producing here, but they still had this contract where they had to keep stuff running. So what were they going to run if they were not actually doing shows? And Mark Summers was done. He was leaving Florida. So they're Double Dare and Family Double Dare, whatever, all of those shows were going. That was one I always wanted to see because I wanted to see Mark Summers so bad. I got to see all that people from a way off distance because they were there. So there was like, there used to be this escalator that went up and then you went through like a hallway, and that was like the tour. You would walk the hallway and you would look down and watch as the shows were being produced. So all that they were doing an episode, but keep in mind we're like all the way up here and they're all the way down there, and it's like those little 4 blobs are some people from all that. I was like, maybe it's Kenan and Kel. I don't know. I couldn't really tell from that high up. But I did get to eat slime.
yeah, I've had some.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's just green pineapples. I was very disappointed. I don't know what I thought it would be, but I didn't think it would be pineapple. And then I was like, these are just pineapples that they put green stuff on. But I mean, I got to eat slime and watch the slime geyser come up. That was a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
good old days.
Yeah, and while you're talking, I'm just thinking about, this is the difference between me and you and why you like to go to conventions and I don't.
Why?
Because you care about the people who play the characters. I only care about the character.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to see them.
I love seeing them. Kel Mitchell, you know, I have my friend Mikey that runs the Power Ranger convention. Don't say you don't, because I talk about this convention every year. That's the only convention I work religiously. Anyway, Mikey, who runs Ranger Stop, he did Ranger Stop and Pop for a while in Atlanta as well. So he did a second one, and Kyle Mitchell was one of his guests. I never made it to the Atlanta convention because I didn't have a place to stay to go out there. But the year Kyle, I was like, I've always wanted to see him, and I didn't get to go.
Why do you want to see?
Because it's Kenan and Kel. Kel loves orange soda.
Yes, Cal
I
does
love orange soda.
I do.
I wanted to see him so bad. I was like that. He was such a, like, you're never going to see Kenan. Kenan Thompson, he's all big, SNL famous. So he probably won't make it. Although he be randomly coming back to Orlando a lot too, because he lived out here for a long time when they filmed all that here. And he talks about it a lot, that, he's like, imagine your first job while you're growing up is in Universal. When you're not in production, well, you're going to go ride a roller coaster, you're going to go hang out. And I was like, you kind of did that because you used to go to the theme parks all the time when you were little. But yeah, they used to be there all the time. And the opening of all that was filmed right there. Like if you look at the opening of all that, it was filmed in Universal. You can still go all of those spots.
Okay. Don't that's what I'm saying. I don't want to.
You can see all of those spots.
I'm trying
still
to
there.
keep the magic where it's just on TV and they're characters and it's a foreign location that I'll never be able to see.
I mean, it's a studio, so I think
but
it's pretty
listen,
cool.
we can't talk about Nickelodeon and not mention Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes, I was actually thinking about Are You Afraid of the Dark. That's another amazing one. Yes. The Midnight Society.
Yes. And I don't know why I loved horror stuff like Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark and, Erie, Indiana and whatever else used to come on. That was weird. Goosebumps was a TV show too. But Are You Afraid of the Dark was peak TV when I was growing up. Y7 rating.
And I never liked anything horror. Like, still to this day, I'm not a big horror person like that. I love Halloween, but I don't like horror. There's a difference. But yes, Are You Afraid of the Dark? There was not an episode I would miss. I loved every single one. And I mean, only maybe one or two kind of gave me the creeps. But in a good way. Like, the storytelling was so good. The one with the doll, where they get stuck in the dollhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And she can't get out, and then they both start to slowly turn into a doll. And she just has to take a leap of faith and jumps out the top window and winds up in the backyard.
Back in the real world.
I love that one. And the one with the I think it's like the 13th floor or something that it only appears
I always think about
certain time. And that was big up for me because I grew up in New York and we don't have 13 floors.
Yeah, they don't do 13th floor, which is so dumb.
So, and someone like me who lived on the 12th floor for the first 10 years of my life. So I'm watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I'm on the 12th floor and I'm like, wait a minute. The 13th floor would be right upstairs. What's happening? So yes, I love that episode. I guess it's supposed to scare you, but I learned to...
That's the one with the aliens, right?
I think they were like aliens and they would like camp out there, and then it turned out that the kid was one of them too, and they were coming back for him. Yeah. And I learned about Nosferatu. I didn't know why. Maybe that was SpongeBob.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
But the Nosferatu, there is a Nosferatu episode. Yeah. Okay.
With that, the movie theater where he comes
out
of the screen. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
not what they called him, but
it was
that's
him.
who it was.
Yes. No, that Nosferatu. That's from SpongeBob.
That's from SpongeBob, yeah.
But you know what? They sell
flinging slasher.
Yes, they sell a Nosferatu inflatable at Lowe's this year for like one of their Halloween things. And I was just at Lowe's yesterday, and I was like, "Wow, you guys have a Nosferatu!" And one of the other ladies that was helping me, she's like, "Wait, what?" I was like, the big one. She's like, oh, the vampire? And it's labeled the vampire. When I was like, that is Nosferatu.
That's Nosferatu.
He has a very distinctive face. That's who that is.
Yeah, it's bald-headed and got them weird teeth.
But I realize it's probably a licensing thing because they have The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, and neither of them are called that either. So I guess it's a licensing thing.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like, yes, the vampire. That's Nosferatu.
How come you don't know?
There was just a movie I think this year for him too. So, but no, that was
a recent movie came out.
that was my favorite. Even at the end, like, they always have to go and change the cast or the original cast leaves, and I always get mad at that. But even when the younger kids came in, I didn't care. It was like these are still great.
So good. They tried to do that reboot.
I didn't even watch the
it's
reboot.
not the same.
I know.
But yeah, Sorry for the Dark, all this stuff. And then they used to do like Nick at Night, where you get to watch all the old shows.
Yes. I did, and I still I watched Roseanne on there. That's how I used to try to catch Roseanne when it was coming on normal, but I never caught it. And then it came on a Nick at Night, and I was thinking to myself, how is Roseanne like old enough for Nick at Night?
Right. Well, we used to watch like Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, I was like,
I
these are
Dream of
supposed to
Jeannie.
be black and white shows, not no current ones.
Well, that's what the one they got afterwards.
I did like Nick at Night. I wasn't supposed to be up that late, but since I'm not a morning person,
Come
I
on,
was
at
up.
9.
I mean, when we were younger, 9 o'clock was around the time we were supposed to go to sleep. Suggested.
10 maybe.
But no, I always stayed up late and I watched it. And then they separated Nick at Night and made it its own kind of channel. And then those older shows were on forever. And I think now it's TV Land or something. It's not called that anymore.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't know if you remember Saturday with Snick in the orange sofa.
That's when I favorite that kid.
Oh,
And what about Alex Mack?
oh, yes, Barbara backwards. I joke around that every time. Anytime I'm in a place where someone's like, if an IT person, if I know they're chill or if it's not like a serious situation and they're like, oh, I need your password to access it. I'm like, Barbara backwards. No one ever to this day has gotten that. But if you know Alice Mack, you know the dad's password was Barbara backwards.
It was such a good show.
Yes. I feel like she was recently at so I always mention conventions. I didn't go to it, but there was they had it this year too, but the lineup was not good, so I don't know anybody that went. So in 2023 they had a nostalgia con and all of them were there. And she was there. And then I recently met Melissa, I think her name is Melissa. Clarissa Explains It All.
Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart. I have a picture of her and I'm wearing my Labubu costume because I couldn't take it off. So it's me in my Labubu costume next to Clarissa Explains It All. And she looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
She's not aged. And she sounds the same. And she was just super like, it was like, she's such a big celebrity and she was so chill.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't feel like a celebrity, if that makes sense, because sometimes they have like that little pious airs about them, but not even a smidget of that. She was just super chill. Next to Jake Bell, another from Joss and Drake.
Jake and Joss.
Jake Bell was there, I forget. Next to him, and there was another Nickelodeon person there, but I can't remember, and they were all together. I didn't go up to him. He had his line was too long. And Melissa's line was long most of the time too. We actually were going to say, fine, we're not going to do it. But at the end, I guess everybody just was like, we're done. And her line emptied, and we were like, run, quick. And I was actually running to her line in my Labubu costume. And so one of the workers stopped me. They were like, can you come wave at one of the other celebrities? Because he's freaked out by Labubus. And I can hardly see that. I don't even know who I was waving to. I was like, okay. I was thinking to myself, please, Melissa's line don't get long while I go do this. But it didn't, thank goodness. So yeah, I met her. That wasn't even like 2 months ago. And I know Steve will come back and I'll get to meet him. Blues Clues guy.
Okay. If you're interested in that sort of thing.
Yes, I do. I want to see him. Hey, listen, somebody went to the MegaCon time when he was there in a Blues Clues costume, but it was like Blues Clues in drag. It was something else. And this guy's heels were like a foot. I feel like I was like, all the props to this dude. Full blue makeup on, like blue lycra, platform boots that were like a foot long. and he went to go meet Steve. Like, I was like, oh my God, I almost wanted to sit there and see that interaction. So it was like, that's hilarious.
Sure.
Isn't that also too where Power Rangers came out? I know they did Ninja Turtles for a minute on Nickelodeon as well. I don't think it was the original Ninja Turtles though.
Yeah, no,
But-
it was a reboot. Ninja
but-
Turtles.
I do remember watching a series of Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon. It was animated. I thought it was good. I've always liked Ninja Turtles. But I can't remember.
Mention
Power
your
Rangers.
husband was on the Hidden Temple
So,
show.
I was actually, for the record, Mike, I wasn't going to mention it, but since we brought it up, I have to mention it now. So yes, my husband was actually on Legends of the Hidden Temple. He was an orange iguana. He was. He hates this story, and he went to one of the studios back there. I think it's B17, and it's the one where Five Nights at Freddy's is in now. It's the studios where Legends of the Hidden Temple was filmed. If I'm right, I know there's some Universal purists that are like, you're wrong, so maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. He went as a little kid and he auditioned and he got it. He's an orange iguana. He still has the shirt. It actually wasn't orange because I guess TV changes color. It had to be a different pigment
To look orange.
to look orange. And then he cared so little about the fact that he was on that show, which gets me so angry because it's so cool. I would have given anything to be on that show. And he went and did, like, he helped his friend paint a house, and it's all covered in paint and everything. But yes, he was on it. And then we went to school.
Yes, we went to school with James.
We went to
from
school
Gullah
from
Gullah
James from
Island.
Gullah Gullah Island. I remember I was leaving economics
acted with
class.
him.
You did. I was leaving economics class one day, and I was like, "It looks like James from Gullah Gullah Island," and you were like, "Cause it is," and I was like, "What?" I forget that everything was filmed here, and I forget that, yeah, okay, a lot of these kids might still live here.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. And then later on, because we were in economics class, and the teacher called on him and said, "James, you say it." I was like, "Oh my God, his name is even James," because his name was James on the show. And I was like, yeah, so we went to school with James, and you acted with him, and he stabbed you.
Yeah, stabbed me with the stake
With
because
the
I was a
stake.
vampire.
Because you were a vampire. I always remember that. He got too much. He apologized to me afterwards. He's like, "I didn't mean to stab her." I was like,
Why is he apologizing to you and not me?
well, if he would have stabbed me, you would have gotten on him. So I guess he assumed that because he stabbed you, I was going to get on him. But he doesn't know that I'm not the muscle. And I'm a weakling, and there's literally nothing that I could do. I can't hurt a fly. So I was like, bro, I mean, thanks for not hurting her more. I mean, like I'm not the muscle here.
I could be like Tom Felton, where he got hit by the cane by.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
he's
then
like,
he
it's good for the scene.
And then he apologized to them after.
Don't worry, it was good for the scene.
Yes, that's funny. I do remember that. I tried so hard to get your wig not to look messed up. Your wig.
There's no helping that way.
I tried so hard. Those were good times. I miss high school and those fun times
Yes,
only.
I liked high school. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked
Yes, a lot of those being me. I didn't like actually learning anything,
I liked
apparently.
the learning part too.
But some select classes I loved, and of course theater was always great, and art, which is where we met and stuff like that. But that's like, what, 3 hours of the whole day? Then you have math you have to deal with, and science, and ugh,
Yeah.
that was horrible. I liked English and I liked writing, but you don't always do that in English, so it wasn't always fun.
Sometimes you replace.
Yeah, like that was fun, but it wasn't enough of that.
Any other fun Nickelodeon stuff you want to mention before we move on to any news or what you're nerding out about?
No, I'm sure I'll think of something later. I always do. But no, I wasn't going to mention that. I'm glad you did. That makes me happy.
You're welcome.
What are you nerding out about?
Good question. Well, I got these new. I was talking to one of my cat managers at work
Mm-hmm.
about running and how I have posterior shin splint, or maybe I do because it hasn't hurt that much recently. But I got an MRI on the 27th. She was like, "You gotta wear the compression things around your." I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm hot. I can't be outside with stuff on my legs. I wear the least amount of clothes I can wear, but she's gonna send me. She's delivering some to me, some compression socks and some compression like calf things. Socks too, I guess. But they don't have the feet; they just go on your legs. So I guess I'm gonna be nerding out about that because she's like, you need to wear this for your marathon. You're gonna be so heavy. It's gonna prevent shin splints and your calves from hurting. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay.
I hear that too. I've heard so many people say that, and I think in my office now it's freezing. Like freezing. All offices are freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And this one lady was talking just yesterday about that she's going to get new compression socks so that helps keep the circulation because she feels like the cold makes her legs go numb or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when I'm sitting at the desk for work, my legs do, like, fluid builds up down here. Mm-hmm. But she's talking about wearing them while I'm running.
Yeah.
And I literally sweat out 3 pounds. I'm so hot. And I'm like, I wear the least amount of clothes I can wear. And I go in the morning when it's still low 70s or 60s outside, because it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And you want me to add something? My whole arm would be wet. And I'm like, I'd be sweating in places I didn't even know could sweat.
But that's like people who wear like specifically like the running clothes and it has like long sleeves because it helps them not sweat as much, or I don't know. They're
still sweating. It's just that you can't see it. The sweat's to cool you down, and it's not if I'm covered. So I don't even wear sleeves when I'm out there, which I prefer to have sleeves. So the fact that I don't tells you how hot I get.
Yes. My only 2 running clothes that I own are sleeves. They're specifically like Run Disney clothes, and they sold it that way. I can't imagine running in long sleeves. And even in the office, as cold as it is, I don't wear a sweater, but my legs do get cold. So maybe compression socks is a good thing. She's onto something.
Yeah, well, even when it was winter,
mm-hmm.
and I started in January running, even then, people out there with like all these clothes on, I'm like, it's hot. As soon as I start moving, I'm hot. I still was skimpy out there in winter. It was like 30 degrees some days. Yeah, but the only part that was cold was my nose.
I mean, my fingers get so cold. Like, I feel like my nails are going to chip. It's so, I don't know. Hands and feet, or hands and legs get cold. Nothing else. Nothing else. And I still don't wear gloves, like even in New York and stuff, I can't wear gloves. I hate stuff on my hands. So I get you. But you'll see, I think you will like the compression socks. I've heard so many good things about them. Okay. Well, I'm nerding out about, it's not really something I'm nerding out about, but it's like a goal that I really want to set for myself. I had set the same goal for myself in 2023, but I didn't accomplish it because I didn't like set up I didn't do like a structure for it or anything. Mm-hmm. But I want to write like 3 short stories, and I've started to like write kind of like character summaries, and like this is just small, like a page or 2 of like what will happen to this character from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. Because I think I've mentioned before, like I can get through like about 75% of writing a story, but then I never end it. And I don't know if it's just that I don't want it to end technically, or that I don't want it to be the same kind of ending you read in all stories. But then also too, I don't want it to be like something wild out there either, Yeah. And I want to write it in like I want to write 3, 1 for each of like my favorite subjects. So I want to do like sci-fi, lesbians in space. I know it sounds funny. I've mentioned this before, but sapphic sci-fi books are there's so many of them, and every single one I've read is so good. So I'm like, yes, behind lesbians in space, yes, I want to write something like that. And then a historic type story, because I love history. I don't know, sometimes history and sci-fi, like they're equal in my interest in reading. And then, like, of course, like a romantasy or just romance or whatever. I want to write something like that too. And I have one that I feel like I'm so close to being finished, and it's like I just got to gather it all and actually see if it makes a cohesive story, all the pieces, because then I write in pieces too, because I'm like, oh man, this part just sparked. So then I write like that whole part, but left out like a whole chunk of like how we got to that part.
Right.
And I know I've mentioned it before, but I envy writers who can just sit there and be like, I wrote a story. I read like a lot of like the dedications or like the prologues and stuff, and they say, I wrote this in 2 days because I couldn't get the story out of my head. You know, good for you. Because I can't do that.
Writing takes a long time for me.
So long.
Yeah, because I, like, the longest thing I've written is, like, a Harry Potter fanfic. And, like, it was, like, 44 pages or something. Which isn't a lot, but it's a lot, in my opinion. Because, like, I don't usually write that long or that much. But it took, like, hours and hours to write 44 pages. And I'm like, it takes so long.
Yeah,
God.
I have one fanfic that's probably the longest I've ever written, and I think it's something like 30 or 40,000 words or something. Might be more, I think. And again, I didn't finish it because I couldn't figure out how I wanted it to end. And it's sitting there, and sometimes I log into that ancient account, I wipe the dust off of it just to see, and there's people who are still reading it, like comments from like this year, and they'll say, oh my gosh, you should finish this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should finish it. I know, huh?
That's why I never posted anything until, like, I wouldn't post until it's finished, because I don't like when I run across incomplete stories and I'm like, no.
I know, and I am 100% the same. I like to read the complete stories. I think my logic when I started posting it was that
it would motivate you.
It would motivate me. It's like if I had like the first, we'll say like, I want to say like 6 chapters done, edited to the best of my abilities, and I posted those 6, and then I was like, now I'm gonna do 6 or 7 more, and it'll be done, because I didn't want to do a long story because I don't think I can do that, and I just never finished it. I don't even know it's not finished.
That's like my favorite Willow and Tara fan fiction.
And that one was going on for years.
Yes, it's been like 20 years at least. And I'm still waiting for it to finish. She's like, I promise I'm gonna finish this. Are you?
Hasn't she had like 3 kids and stuff?
I don't remember. But so she's not finished with that story. That's what I can tell you right now. I mean, it's pretty much done, but I want to know what happened.
Yeah, I think the reason I didn't finish mine is because, well, fine, it was a Hey Arnold fan fiction, whatever.
Oh, no.
In the spirit of the Nickelodeon episode, it was a Hey Arnold fan fiction. And I think I was writing it because I was so mad that the movie hadn't come out, and we were left with like that cliffhanger. And I'm like, what do you mean, Grandpa? We found the map and that's it. And we never know what happens after that. And then once the movie came out and it kind of solved it, I was like, okay, I don't care no more. I don't care. I'm not gonna finish mine because the real one came out, and I can't beat that. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's the episode. Thanks so much for hanging out and joining us. And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What you're nerding out about, what Nickelodeon shows you love the most, and all that. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Ciao.